Alright, so the first episode of Setup Montage went great. The feedback was very positive, both in the comment section and the like-dislike ratio. And by the way, thank you guys so much for dropping your feedback and also liking or disliking the video, because that's really great feedback for me. So because of that, I'm actually going to continue doing them every single Saturday right alongside Setup Wars. By the way, I'm sorry for launching this video a day late. The Halloween weekend was a bit crazy and I just didn't feel like recording any videos. So anyways, everything will be back on track. Setup Wars will be on every single Monday. Setup Montage will be on every single Saturday. And if you guys don't like the series, you can obviously skip it and just wait for Setup Wars for every Monday. But yeah, with that said, welcome to Setup Wars episode, I lost track, 127, where you submit your desk setup to get featured. Guys, I'm looking for more submissions, so please, if you want to submit your awesome setup, make sure to watch the video link down below for the instructions and requirements. But with that said, let the Setup Wars begin. So guys, I finally moved on to another addicting game on mobile, and it's called Cats. It's a very addicting game where you basically participate in the World Championship and go up against other players using fighting machines that you build yourself. You get square parts from opening boxes that you acquire from winning battles to build the ultimate fighting machine. But the thing that really makes this game really fun are the physics. It's unpredictable what your fighting machine will do in battle. I really like the simplicity of the game. It's very easy to pick up and start playing. You can even join gangs and fight with your friends for special rewards. It is a free game to download and it's available on Android, iOS, and Amazon as well. I'll drop a link to it down below, but just for my subscribers out there, you guys can actually get a jump start on the game if you guys use the code CATTECH in the option menu. Kicking off the show, we got Dan and our very first Coca-Cola themed setup, featuring an ultrawide from Asus and the Mistel Barocco keyboard with the Rival 300 mouse. At first I was wondering why on hell is there a micro USB cable connected to the keyboard twice, and then I realized that this keyboard apparently splits in half, so yeah, that's cool. So the reason why the surface of the desk is reflective like that is because he added the IKEA Glassholm on the Linman tabletop, and it's actually a pretty cool modification that you guys can do on your desk if you want something reflective. I really like the way that the lights from his PC are reflecting on the surface. It looks pretty cool. I don't know if this guy is sponsored by Coca-Cola or what, but he has a lot of props and Coca-Cola decals everywhere. Do you guys even know how bad Coke is for the body? I mean, I'm talking Diet Coke or just any soda in general. I feel like I need to start a health source channel to educate some people out there. I do want to give Dan some major props on the cable management and the organization in his room. All the wires are nice and tidy underneath the desk, but the most impressive thing is how he managed the wires around his entire room. A bunch of wall raceways were used to hide and route the cables for his projector setup on the ceiling, the speakers, and even the wires near the ground. All the choices from the furniture to the decoration on the walls were nicely done. I also kind of get this feeling that he added those cubicle walls in his room to separate each setup. Either way, everything was beautifully planned. Aside from the Coca-Cola promotion, I really like this setup. Thank you, Dan, for starting off the show. D1 is next up with an interesting corner setup, and he definitely made it work with the amount of space he had. He stacked the monitors on top of each other using the Wally mount and one other arm, and he also managed to stick both of his speakers underneath the Asus monitors with some 3M tape. Honestly, I don't think that was really necessary since he definitely had extra space for them on the desk and underneath the monitors. But I guess he was trying to keep everything compact and grouped together in the center of the desk. He's also got a joystick and the Razer Ornata Chroma keyboard with the Naga Chroma mouse. So this setup was built for a mix of gaming, video editing, and work-related tasks, and he's actually using two Dell laptops. One of them is being used for personal things like gaming, and the other is purely for work. He keeps one of them tucked away in his pull-out drawer, and the other one is chilling on his laptop stand that he hooked up against the wall. I would say he did a good job overall with the cable management. I mean, it's not the cleanest work I've seen out there, but everything is wrapped together and kept off the ground, so I'm not gonna complain here. It's a neat and compact setup that you got there, but honestly I would save some money and buy a larger desk later down the line. That way you don't have to stack your monitors like that and you have extra space to work with. But regardless, thank you D1 for entering. At number 3, we got Dr. D-Flow, who is a YouTuber by the way, and I'll drop a link to his channel below if you guys want to check it out. And this is the setup that he uses for content creation as well as gaming. Right off the bat, I'm attracted to that desk. It's actually a custom built desk using some waxed steel I-beams, with a beautiful marble tabletop. Fun fact, this entire desk actually weighs over 600 pounds. So yeah, good luck moving this thing when the time comes. So Dr. D-Flow says he's a minimalist and he prefers to keep the surface as clean as possible with as few items as possible, which is one of the reasons why he went with the wireless route. He's rocking the Anne Pro wireless keyboard and the Logitech G703 mouse. For audio, he's using the wireless V-Moto Crossfade 2s and the Audio Engine A5 Plus speakers that are sandwiching the X34 Ultrawide. I also like his custom-made Nixie tube clock that he built using some acrylic and anodized aluminum for the base. It definitely adds a level of sophistication to this already impressive setup. As expected, cable management is on point, and the PC powering this monster is equipped with a 5820K and a Titan X Pascal with 64 gigs of RAM. A perfectly crafted, powerful, and elegant setup. Thank you, Dr. D-Flow, for entering, and once again, I'll drop a link to his channel below, so make sure to check him out and show him some love. Speaking of powerful, we got Jacob and his beautiful extra wide setup featuring two 34UC87s from LG and the massive 98-inch EK back-end countertop that's sitting on top of two Alex Drawer units. This is actually the same countertop I'm using for my filming desk, believe it or not. The wires from the Corsair RGB keyboard and the Razer Naga are perfect, just the way I would have done it if drilling a hole in the desk was not an option. Well done. There's definitely a lot of surface area to work with, so Jacob made sure to utilize as much as he can by spreading out his Android figurines. On one side he's got his printer, and on the other side is the PC that's powering this setup. And since the window is facing the right side, this means that this is an inverted build. It's also our very first water-cooled Ryzen build featuring the 1800X, 32 gigs of RAM, and the Zotac GTX 1080 Ti. For audio, he's got a pair of M50Xs with the ModMic 5 attachment hiding in the back, as well as a pair of 10-year-old Logitech X240 speakers. Very smart of Jacob to use the middle leg of the table as cover for the cables running down into the outlet. The rest of the cables are tucked away nicely underneath the desk along with the modem, power strip, and the outlet. Nicely done. Now, I don't know how practical those ultrawide monitors really are side by side, but if it's working out for you, then more power to you. This setup showcases organization and personality, judging by those wall shelves filled with props and figurines. Excellent work, Jacob, and thank you for entering. Wrapping up the episode is Sakar and his simple and clean setup featuring a single ultrawide from Asus sitting on top of the add-on unit from IKEA. The desk is also from IKEA, and he drilled a hole in it for the Razer Black Widow Chroma keyboard, the Razer Lancehead mouse, and the Razer Firefly mousepad. I love that he has an extended mousepad underneath his other mousepad and a wrist rest as well. For audio, he's using the Logitech Z906 speakers, which are scattered around his setup, but he also has two pairs of headsets underneath the desk, which are the Astro A40s and the Turtle Beach Stealth 400s. Sakar also has a YouTube channel, and for voiceovers he uses the Blue Snowball Ice, which is hooked up to a boom arm on the side. He's also on top of the cable management game. Not only did he keep all the cables underneath the desk, but he drilled a hole for each of the speakers. Even the PC wires are bundled together nicely using the OmniMount cable sleeve. Then again, I didn't expect anything less from another YouTuber. Excellent work, Sakar. I'll drop a link to his channel. As always, make sure you guys check it out. So the PC that's powering his channel is equipped with an overclocked 6700K and the Asus Strix 1080. A very clean and powerful YouTube setup. Thank you, Sakar, for entering. So that pretty much wraps up this episode of Setup Wars. As always, make sure you guys drop your comments down below and vote on who you think has the best desk setup. And I'll announce the winners on the weekend on my Twitter and Instagram accounts. As always, if you guys enjoy the series, feel free to toss a like to show your support. But if you didn't like the episode, feel free to dislike as well, as long as you leave something in the comment section down below. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next video.